is Abubakar Sadiq Muhammad, and I am the president, Amir of One Ummah. I'm also the founder of Qalam Tours, also the founder of Neil Julti, also the founder of Trios Capital Investment into finance, and founder of many things as well, and on the board of many things. One of the things I always harp on is you can never know it all. And even if you have knowledge of a thing, understand something will come and take your knowledge and make it obsolete. So I'll give a typical example with me saying I studied computer science, and that was my major in the university. I would accustomed to syntax, writing programming languages. Some of the programming languages then were quite old, C++, Pascal, but for those who know programming languages, they'll know what I'm talking about. Fast forward to our time of today, you have artificial intelligence, AI. I always talk about ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, yeah? And it's a very funny thing to note that with this particular app, you can literally design construction works, architectural works. AI is literally taking over. And what that tells you is if you choose to remain in one space and not learn and not improve yourself, then you would ultimately become obsolete. Typical example is with your smartphones. Today, we all know about Apple. But if we all remember, the very first set of smartphones that existed were the Nokias and Motorolas of this world. And then you had the BlackBerry, BBM. All of a sudden, all we all know about today of smartphones are the iPhone and probably Samsung. Or like people say, you have iPhone and others. Not that I'm an avid iPhone user, by the way. But nonetheless, it tells you that if you do not evolve, if you do not improve your knowledge, you would ultimately become obsolete as well. So one thing I think was very important from the perspective of developing myself to where I am, having the right mentors. I had to seek out for mentors whom I could learn from and who could also basically guide me towards what I was trying to do. Because whatever you want to do, someone has already done it. So you're not going to be reinventing the wheel. So what you can do is have the right mentors, take them as people who guide you every step of the way of your life, and ensure that when you ultimately become successful, there's something they call pay it forward, right? So you basically are going to, as you have been mentored by someone, you also try to be a mentor to someone else. So these are, and definitely once you have this sort of mindset, you would naturally become successful at what you do. Because every successful person today had a mentor, had someone who guided them, who taught them the ropes, the things that they didn't understand, they were able to clarify with them. They were able to make them see certain difficulties and know how to mitigate those difficulties before they ran into them. So have a mentor, that's number one. Every other thing will fall into place. A discipline that I think every Nigerian needs to have, which would probably help, is learn to shut down. Learn to shut down. Learn to say, I want to go on a vacation today. Or I want to travel out of my workspace. I know some people will be thinking, what am I saying? But learn to shut down. Nigerians, we probably work 25 hours in a day. I said that intentionally. We overwork ourselves. Even the days of rest, you are working. You're constantly thinking, so you need to learn to shut down so that you recalibrate, and then you can actually take time to learn and understand your environment. When you do that, then you would come back, out better, and you will be able to resolve a challenge. And one of the quickest ways you can actually be successful is helping to solve a problem, a societal problem. When you do that, that would naturally translate to wealth. So when you look at a lot of the successful people today, what has made them successful? They are providing something that is essential to society. If you look at Flutterwave, for example, one of the richest, apps today globally, but within Nigeria, they're providing an interface for people to do transactions. If you look at OPay, that has become so popular, even though it's not amongst your top 20 banks that existed 20 years ago, they've become popular because they're providing access, easy access to people to be able to do transactions, especially the youth. And so many other examples I could give. Now, the way you can get to this is being able to shut down, close shop, say you want to take a few hours or a few days or a week, write to your boss and say, boss, I'm not coming to the office for the next 2 weeks. I'm not giving you any ideas now, but just learn to shut down and take time to look at your environment and learn about it. And that would help you to give back. You have to remain focused. For every young person that is out there, for all of us, remain focused in what you want to achieve, what you want to do. Set goals, set targets for yourself in life, and try not to get distracted. It's very easy. There are so many things that, might take you off that path, whether it's wanting to hang out with friends, which is nice. It's good to also hang out and also do some of that. But give yourself that time to say, this is what I want to achieve, and this is how long it will take me to achieve it, and you walk towards it. Don't be thrown away by glam. Social media can have that impact, so you have to be very wise about it. Use it, but don't abuse it. And ultimately, know that you're on a journey for yourself. Again, do not imitate anyone. Do not build your life around anyone. Learn from people's mistakes and ensure that in your journey to achieve what you want to achieve, you don't repeat the same mistakes, and at the same time, you don't lose your values and your morals, because it's very easy for people's focus to be, I want to make money. And I need you to understand that there's a difference between focus and ambition and, this quick win. The quick win is, I want to make money. That's easy. Making money is very easy. Focus is, I want to be impactful to not just make money, but change lives. In that path, you will make money and you would also change lives. And that's something that a lot of the young people need to learn today, that stay focused on what you want to achieve, and ultimately the other wins will come your way as well. NiYA has such an important role because you're looking at the greatest asset that this country has, and that's the youth. The youth of any nation are its greatest assets. And if you have youth from diverse backgrounds coming together to talk about unity, talk about prosperity, talk about peace, talk about love, talk about growing a nation from years of having such a damaged reputation to building a nation of peace and harmony, then I think this is probably the most important platform that exists today in the current world, because generations will fade, people will go, and it's the youth that will obviously need to be groomed to take over. If you do not leave a good enough legacy and build a good enough foundation for the youth to take over, then you're obviously building something that is going to be on very mesh waters. So basically something that will not stand. My name is Abubakar Muhammad, and I'm saying one youth, two skills.